All right. Good evening, guys. So I am Mohan. I'll be your trainer for Selenium. This is a manual plus automation course. This is a testing class. So I believe you have joined the right session. So I'll be your trainer. I'll be the faculty for you for your batch. All right. Let's wait for a few more people to join the session. How many of you have joined today for the first time? Can you guys virtually raise your hands? How many of you have joined for the first time? Right. We started this session last Friday. We have started the batch last Friday. So we have been we have provided a sort of introduction to the course contents, and answered a few queries of the candidates, of the students who have already attended the session on Friday as well as Saturday. So looks like we have a lot of people who have joined for the first time today. Around 16 people have joined today for the first time. That's all right, no problem. So we have not started the batch yet. Currently the demos are going on, so that should be fine. That should be fine. So let's start at 9:10. It's going to be a 1.5 hour session, but again, considering that your demos are working, it's your demos now. We may not be taking a session till 10:30 today. We might close a little bit early. Okay, but usually your session will be for 1.5 hour, 1 hour 15 minutes to 1.5 hour. Yeah, Bhuvan, I remember. That's all right. I mean, you can check with the admin team. That should not be a problem. Okay, for the rest of the demos as well, you have a couple of more demo sessions going on this week also. So even for those demo sessions, the Zoom link is going to be the same. Zoom link is going to be the same. The fee related details, the recording details, you can check with the admin team. They'll be able to help you out better. So the admin team will be sharing their contact details in the chat box shortly later on. All right. So you can reach out to them on WhatsApp and ask your queries, regarding fees, regarding your recordings, regarding your placements, regarding anything related to the admin team. All right. I take care of the training part, the course content part. So I'll be able to answer all of those queries for you. Okay. Okay. I guess we have enough people now. We have around 100 people in this session. So I believe we can start. So since we have a lot of people who have joined today freshly, have joined newly today. So this is your third session. Okay, the batch has started last Friday. Friday and Saturday, we had 2 demo sessions where I have explained about the course content. Gajendra, I really don't know, because in your regular Selenium classes, you have only the course contents will be more or less regarding manual and automation, manual testing and test automation only. In your Java full stack, I'm not sure about the course contents, but you can check with the admin team. I'm not sure about it. I don't think the Java full stack students can join this, but again, it's better to check with the admin team. All right. So first things first, this course is for everyone who have a laptop or a desktop with them. Okay. I mean, I'm not saying it's mandatory to have a laptop or a desktop, but it's better if you have. It's better if you have it. But again, even if you don't have it, you have labs in Naresh IT Institute in Amirpet, Hyderabad. You can still, if you are in the surroundings of Amirpet, you can still come to the institute. And Sultan, hold on. अभी शुरू किया है. रुक जाओ. अभी तो शुरू किया है. अभी तो शुरू किया है. What all tools will be covered? Hold on. Don't be in a hurry. This is a 1 hour plus session. So don't be in a hurry. I'll get to things at the appropriate time. Don't worry. Hold on. All right. So if you do not have a laptop, that's still fine. You have Naresh IT labs. You have lab assistants helping you out in the labs live. So you can anytime during the working hours, we come to Naresh IT Institute in Amirpet, Hyderabad, and you can still practice, no problem. This is for those people who are staying in and around Amirpet in Hyderabad. And for those who have laptop, well and good. This is one basic requirement, laptop or desktop, anything is all right. Now, don't ask me the configuration. Any configuration is all right. If it's in working condition, that should be fine. Next, your basic mathematical skills. You should have basic math skills. That should also be fine. Your educational background, your work experience, your work background, your job description, your job background, your career gap, none of them matter. None of them are required. Even if you don't have any idea about testing, any idea about Java, any idea about Selenium, that's completely fine. That's how an ideal candidate is actually. Okay. So, no problem. You can still join this session, join the course. This is for all of those people who have basic mathematical skills and who have a basic laptop or a desktop with them. Anyone can join this course. Don't worry. Okay. Career gap also should not be a problem. Even if you are from a non-IT background or you're a mechanical engineer, you're a civil engineer, you're an electrical engineer, none of that matters. Anyone can join the course. Okay. So the course duration is for 2.5 months. Give or take one week. So the course duration is for 2.5 months, roughly 75 days. So I'll take you through the course contents shortly. Hold on. We have a lot of people who have joined the sessions last week itself. So can I get a final count of people who have joined today for the first time? It's a regular Selenium class. Can I get a final list of candidates or students who have joined today for the first time? If this is your first session, let me know. Raise your hands virtually. You need not type it. Raise your hands virtually. All right, cool. We have around 25 people. Okay, 25%. Almost 1/4 of you are new to this session. That's fine. Not a problem. Not a problem. That should be all right. That should not be a problem. Okay, cool. You can put your hands down. Now, can any one of you tell me what do you understand by testing? See, just a basic understanding of testing. You can type it in the chat box. What basic understanding do you have about testing? Type it in the chat box. This is how it is going to be in the real-time session also. If you have any queries, you can type it in the chat box, or else we will be creating something called as a Google Classroom. Okay, there is something called as a Google Classroom. You can even type your queries in Google Classroom. There is also something like Slack, which is similar to your WhatsApp, and you can still type your queries even in your Slack. So what do you understand by your testing? What do you understand when I say testing? What do you understand that? What do you understand by that? What idea do you have about testing? Not asking about testing in software field, I'm asking about testing in general. That's okay. In general, what do you understand about testing? Exactly. Exactly. Testing is used to verify if that particular product is working fine or not. What is fine? The definition of fine is a little different. Everyone's definition of fine is different. All right. You purchase a smartphone from Amazon. What defines fine? How do you say that the phone that has been delivered to you is fine? You open the box, you unbox your mobile phone, you switch it on, you check for your speaker, you try to call someone, you switch on your Wi-Fi, you check if your camera is working fine or not. Are you able to, insert your SIM cards or not? Are you able to make a cellular call? Are you able to do a WhatsApp call? Are you able to install your applications? Are you able to sign into an application? These are all the different ways you can verify if your mobile phone is working fine or not. I'm not saying these are the only ways. These are one of the many ways you can test your product. Similarly, when it comes to your software testing, yes, software testing. What will you test? You will be testing your software products, software applications, or simply put, your apps or applications. The application can be anything. It can be a simple Android application. It can be a desktop application, a Windows application. It can even be a browser-based application like this. It can be anything. You're basically testing a software application as part of your, this course. All right. So why do you test? Rahul, what is your problem? I did not understand what your problem is. What is the problem, Rahul? I did not understand your query. When did I say that I'm adding you to Google Classroom? I did not say I'm adding you to Google Classroom. Google Classroom is for people who have completed their payment, and I'm not going to add you. The admin team will automatically add you guys, because when you do your payment, okay, when you do your payment, you should provide your email address also, so that they can join, they can add you to the Google Classroom. I did not say I'm going to add you. I'm saying there will be a Google Classroom. I don't look into adding or removing anyone. Naresh IT team will be adding or removing you guys. So you can check it out with them. And you will be added to the Google Classroom post fee payment only, is what I believe. All right. So be testing your application. And what is the purpose of testing your application? As I said, when it comes to your smartphone, I said you will be testing your smartphone if it is working fine or not. The definition of fine, it depends from one person to other person. Okay. Some person wants to look into the graphics in the phone. Some person wants to look into see how fast the applications are getting opened. Some person wants to see how the camera is working. All of them. Everybody has got a different requirement. Everybody has a different definition, understanding of fine, right? So similarly, even for your software application, even in your software testing, you will be testing the application for the client's requirements. Now, who is a client? Now, who is a client? What does a client do? The client is someone who comes or who has a problem statement. He has a problem. He needs someone to solve that problem. If I have to give you a very small example, I will give you a very small example. The example that I can think of and the example that I can give you is, the basic example I can give you is for, all right, what example can I give you? Your electricity bill payment. All right, it's a very standard example I give for everyone. Everyone will be able to relate to this very easily. You pay your electricity bills. Now, I believe most of you will be paying your electricity bills online itself, be it on PhonePe or some third-party website or your Paytm, whatever may be the website. Most of you, I believe, most of you are aware of paying your electricity bills online. You can, please check the chat box. Ramesh sir, he's our administrator for this session, for this course. So he has provided his mobile number. You can WhatsApp him on your queries. Ramesh sir will be addressing all your queries on WhatsApp. The mobile number has been provided in the chat box. Anything related to fee, the course, the recordings, the videos, all of those queries will be answered over WhatsApp. You can check it out with Ramesh sir in WhatsApp. I hope everyone is able to hear me clearly. Okay, I hope everyone is able to hear me clearly. So you can check your chat box, the Zoom meeting chat box. There, Ramesh sir has provided his phone number. Okay, Ramesh sir has provided his phone number. You can reach out to Ramesh sir on WhatsApp to the phone number that has been given, and you can ask him all your queries. He'll be able to answer all your queries patiently, not a problem. And for those who have missed the first two classes, the YouTube links have been posted in the chat box. So the videos will be uploaded for YouTube only for the demo sessions, not the regular sessions. The demo sessions will be uploaded on YouTube. You can still check it out on YouTube. The first 2 days of YouTube demo sessions are in your chat box. You can open and check it out. All right. So as I was saying, the best example I can give you is your electricity bill payment. Now, everyone might be paying your electricity bills from PhonePe. Supriya, रुक जाओ, सबर करिए, थोड़ा तो सबर करिए. You know, I'll be explaining all that course content. Hold on, no problem. I believe this is your first session, so it's natural. Hold on, don't worry. I'll take you through the course content shortly. Don't worry. So, I believe most of you are familiar with PhonePe or Paytm. You must be paying your current bills, electricity bills through that particular website. But again, let's imagine our situation before PhonePe or before Paytm. How did you guys pay your electricity bills before PhonePe or before Paytm? If not for online, how did you guys pay your electricity bills? If not for online, how did you guys pay your electricity bills? Exactly. You visit your nearest electricity department's office. And you then stand in line with a lot of people along with you, and then you pay your electricity bill. Okay. Now, imagine imagine that it's the first week of your month and you're trying to pay your electricity bill. This is the first week of your month. Currently, you're trying to pay your electricity bill offline by going to the office, by standing in line along with a lot of other people. There's a lot of rush in the first week in the electricity department office, because if you don't pay your current electricity bill as soon as possible, they're going to disconnect you from the main. So they are going to disconnect you from the electricity line. So that is why you stand in line. You might waste half day and then pay your electricity bill. But again, imagine your electricity department has got a problem now. There are a lot of people who are standing in line, which is causing a lot of rush at the electricity department's office. And there are a lot of people. There is a lot of, very too much of people. You can imagine what happens if there are too many people. There's a lot of rush. People are, fighting with each other. Literally, there is a lot of stuff happening at the electricity department's office due to a lot of people. So the electricity department, what they want is they want to digitize the electricity payment. Anyone who wants to pay the bill online, they can pay it online. So their problem is to digitize the electricity payment. The electricity bill payment, they want to digitize it. So those who want to pay the bill online, they can sit at their home, need not come to the office and pay the bill online by sitting at their home. Those who do not know, those who do not have a laptop, those who do not have a smartphone, those who do not have an internet connection, those who have no idea about online payment, they can visit the office. So don't you think if an application is developed, don't you think people are going to opt for online payment and gradually the rest will be less at the electricity department's office? Don't you think? Don't you think if the electricity department digitizes the electricity bill payments and makes it online payment, don't you think people are going to pay by sitting at home? Don't you think there will be less rush at the office? You guys need to answer, because my session, it's going to be a Q&A. There will be a lot of questions that will be asked to you. All right. I will be asking a lot of questions to you. Whatever I explain, I'll be asking immediately. I might even point out individual people also sometimes. After the batch starts, I will be pointing individuals in the session, and you are expected to answer. All right, that's how the session will be. So now that they digitize it, they can pay online, they can accept online payments, but who will make it online? Who will digitize the payments? Who will develop the application? There should be a software company who will develop that application. All right. There should be a software company who will develop that application, because the electricity department is not a software company. They will not develop the application. They do not have the knowledge. They do not have the technical expertise. They do not have the programming knowledge to develop the application. So they will reach out to a software company. Now, and based on this scenario, can you guys tell me who the client is now? Based on this example I have given you, can you tell me who the client is? Exactly. The electricity department is the client now. They are the client. The client has a particular problem. He will convey his problem to the software company as requirements. The problem will be explained in the form of a requirement. Okay, I have these many people coming to my office in the first week of the month, every month. So in order to reduce the number of people visiting the office, I want you guys to develop, I want an application which will accept electronic payments, online payments. So the problem statement for the software company is to accept electronic or online payments for the electricity department. So this becomes their problem statement. So client, that the electricity department, they will explain how the application should look like, how the application should work, what should be the input that the application should take, and what should be the expected output, expected functionality of the application. They will give all those details, all those requirements in a very detailed fashion. Okay, it cannot be a one-line requirement. Okay, I want an application. No, it cannot be like that. They should give a very detailed requirement. The more details they provide, the more detailed requirements they give, the better the application will be, so that even the software company can develop it as per their wish, as per their requirements. All right. So now, I hope now everyone understands who a client is. All right. So the client will be reaching out to the software company. The client will be providing their requirements. The software company will take those requirements. They will develop the application, and after developing the application, they are not going to directly give the application to the electricity department. No. So imagine there is something like Ola scooter, Ola electric scooter, Ather electric scooter. Okay. You have these electric scooters in the market now in India. Okay, electric scooters. You can charge those scooters and you can, go to your office or whatever it is based on the charge. So do you think they are going to release it directly into the market? No. They are going to test it in all different fashions. They're going to test it in water. They are going to test it in rough roads. They are going to test it in under rain. They're going to test it in hot summer. They're going to test it in winter. They're going to test it in all conditions, all situations possible, so that they can improve the quality of the product. Similarly, even the application that has been developed for the electricity department will also have to be tested thoroughly by the software company. So the development work will be done by a separate team, and the testing work will be done by a separate team. Why do they test it? They test the application to be sure if it is working as per the requirements or not. The first thing, the requirements are not satisfied. What is the use of the application? So they'll check if the requirements are satisfied or not. What can be a requirement? The requirement can be as simple as, debit card payment, credit card payment, UPI payment, phone pay payment, WhatsApp payments, or WhatsApp also has payments, or your Google Pay or your phone pay. It should accept all these kinds of payments. All right, there should be a user login. The user should be able to search for his electricity bill. These are all your different requirements while developing the application. So all these requirements will have to be tested by your testing team, by the software company's testing team. They will test the application for all the requirements. They'll test the application if they are able, if they get any bugs. Okay, you should test the application to get any bugs, because bug is nothing but if the requirement is not satisfied. If the application is not working as per the requirement, you click on debit card payment or you click on your phone pay payment. it is taking you to GPay. Click on your user login button, but you are unable to log in. Not sure, Santosh. Maybe you can, just exit once and join again. Maybe that will fix your issue. So these are all the different ways your application has to be tested. Okay, your application has to be tested for the requirements, to check if there are any bugs. As I already said, bug is nothing but if the requirements are not satisfied, if the application is not, Gokul, hold on. If the application is not working as per the functionality, then it becomes a bug. And ultimately, developers are also human beings. So maybe the developers may make a mistake. So that is your responsibility to find it out. Sometimes even it's the company's reputation at stake. The software company, if it's a very reputed software company, it cannot release an application just like that. No, that's not how it works. If the application has too many bugs, it's not at all working, then it gives a bad impression on the company's name, the company's reputation. So you'll have to test the application for all these, for all these reasons. Okay. Again, how will you test your application? How will you test your application? You will be testing your application in two ways, either manually or using automation. You can test your application manually or using automation. Manually, what is manually? How will you test your application manually? Nothing but without using any tools, you just open your application, you will give some input, you'll retrieve some output, you will verify if it is working as per the expected result or not. Just with your keyboard, laptop, and your mouse and all that stuff. There is no tool that will speed up your testing process in your manual. You do all by yourself. Every single testing, every single thing has to be done by yourself only. But when it comes to automation, it's not called as automation testing, to be honest. Not automation testing, it's test automation. There's a lot of difference between both of these words. Okay, it's not automation testing. It's called as test automation. You're automating your test cases. You're automating your testing process. Don't say automation testing. Call it as test automation. Call it as test automation. So you can do your testing in two ways, either manually or by automation. In automation, what is the speciality of automation? Speciality of automation is that you have tools. You have tools readily available for you, which can speed up your testing process. It can speed up your testing process. Why do we have to do automation? Can't we do manual? What is the need? What is the necessity? What is the requirement to do automation? Can't we complete everything manually? Yes, we can, but automation is done because the most important aspect of automation is to save time. I'll give you a very basic example. Imagine your Paytm website. Okay, your Paytm application. Your Paytm application, your manual team is taking 2 weeks. 2 weeks to test. Your manual team is taking 2 weeks to test. Okay, to test the entire application, the login, the movie ticket booking part, the flight ticket booking part, the bus ticket, train ticket booking part, your metro ticket booking part, all of that stuff. Okay, Santosh, that's not accepted by Naresh IT, so maybe you'll have to adjust. So to test all of these functionalities, to test all of these features in the application, your manual team might require 2 weeks. 2 weeks to complete your entire testing process. And sometimes they might even take more weeks also, more days also possible. So in order to avoid this kind of time waste, you will do automation. Once your manual testing team is done with their testing, once the application is stable, once the errors are fixed, you can start automating your manual team's work. Whatever work that your manual testing team used to do, you can automate all that process. You can automate entire process, entire work that your manual testing team used to do. That is the role of your automation engineer. The role of your automation engineer is to automate the work that is being done by your manual testing team. Why? If you automate your manual team's work, what will the manual testing team do? They are supposed to find out new ways, new techniques, new possibilities of testing the application. Every time they should find more new ways of testing the application. You just test the application in the same way every time. No, that's not acceptable. Every time you should be able to find out new test cases. Every time you should be able to do the testing in new ways possible, along with the old ways. Imagine you are testing your application in 50 different ways, 50, and you have found out 10 new different ways of testing the application. You now have 60 different ways of testing your application. So you should do your old testing along with your new testing. So with each cycle, your testing process is going to increase. Imagine doing this manually every time. Imagine doing this manually every time. Right? You cannot do this manually every time, right? You cannot do this manually every time. You might be able to do it 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 1 year at max. But post that, you will be exhausted. You will be frustrated with manual testing. Testing the same thing again and again and again. Why do we have to test the same thing again? Is it not enough? Is it not enough if we test it once? No. Even if you have tested the application, once, you will still have to test it again and again and again and again and again. You never know when you are going to get a new bug. Just because you have tested the application once, it's not enough. It's not going to be sufficient. You are supposed to test your application, the same thing, the same functionality, the same login page multiple times, every day also sometimes. Not just in a single week, in a single day also, you're supposed to test it again and again and again and again and again. Imagine doing this manually every day, every week, every month, every quarter, every year. Not possible. There is a lot of scope for errors because you do it because we are all humans. We are prone to making errors. We are prone to making mistakes. So obviously, if it is done manually, there will be a lot of scope for errors. So we automate this part. So you were previously taking 2 weeks to test the application for 50 test cases. For 50 test cases, you were taking 2 weeks. Now, after automation, the automation team has taken 1 month of time. They have taken 1 month of time to automate, and after 1 month, or let's say 2 months, after 2 months, they were able to automate all the work that is related to these 50 test cases. Whatever work that the manual team was doing for these 50 test cases, the automation team were able to automate. Everything is automated for those 50 test cases now. And those 50 test cases can be completed in 1 day now. In 1 day, all those 50 test cases can be executed. They were taking 2 weeks previously. Was it because they were inefficient? No, because they had to do everything manually. So that is why they have taken 2 weeks to complete 50 test cases. But now, since you have done automation, you can complete those 50 test cases in 1 day only. In 1 day only, because automation. And in 1 day itself, you can run those 50 test cases multiple times again and again and again and again. Why? Because automation is nothing but after you are done with your code, it's just clicking a button, clicking run. That's it. The only tough part is writing the code. After you write your code, you can run your test case any number of times. But that's not the case with your manual team. Imagine they have taken 2 weeks to do 50 test cases. Can they do the 50 test cases again? Can they do the 50 test cases again? They can. But they will need 2 more weeks again, another 2 weeks again to do the same 50 test cases. So there is a lot of time that is required to do manually. But if you use automation, you can do everything in a very short span of time. Then after automating all these 50 test cases, what will the manual team do? Will they be sent off? Will they be laid off? No. They are supposed to find out new test cases, new possibilities of testing the application, new methods, new logic of testing the application, the same application. So as and when the manual team completes their testing, the automation team will automate their work. The automation team did not start their work if the application has bugs. No. The application should be free of bugs for the automation team to start their work. At least minimum number of bugs should be fixed. If the application is very buggy, if it has too many bugs, the automation team cannot simply start their work. So that is why to start your automation, you cannot directly start your automation. Always manual testing has to be done first, and then automation team will start their work. This is the order. So far, yes, the test cases will also have to be written by the manual tester only, the manual testing team only. So far, is everyone clear with me? Everyone is aligned with whatever I'm saying now? Are you understanding whatever I'm saying till now? All clear, everyone? Your response is very important, guys. Your response is very, very important. Unless you respond, I will not be able to understand. I will not be able to clear your queries also. So this is how your manual and automation, manual testing and test automation work. This is the usual ways of working in your project, in your actual corporate project. This is how it works. I believe now everyone understands what testing is, what manual testing is, what test automation is. I believe now everyone understands what these are. Test case. A test case is nothing but a simple way, a step-by-step procedure to test your application. A test case, in a single test case, you'll write steps, some 5 steps, 4 steps, 10 steps, step-by-step procedure to test a particular functionality. Okay, step-by-step procedure to test a particular functionality. What is the example of a functionality? Your login, that is a functionality. Your payment, that is a functionality. Your search, that is a functionality. All right. If the manual team has written 50 test cases, can they run the same every time like automation in one day? They can, if they have the automation knowledge. If they have the automation knowledge, they can do it. They don't have the automation knowledge, they cannot do it. They should do it manually only. Okay, whatever that the manual testing team does manually, the same thing we will be automating. The same thing we will be testing using your code, your Selenium. The exact same thing that they do manually with their mouse, keyboard, and laptops and desktops, the same thing we will automate. We'll not be doing anything. We'll just be writing some code, and that code will take care of testing the application. All right. So, Gupta, hold on. You seem to be very, very worried about all of this stuff. We will not be covering that in depth. All right. We will not be covering that in depth. I'll show you how to generate that, but you're not going to cover that in depth because that's not really required for you also. Not sure how many years of experience you're going to put after this course, but that's really not necessary. Even me as an interviewer, I don't ask people about all that stuff. I interview candidates, I interview people. In my entire experience, I've never asked people about all that stuff because I don't need any of that stuff from the candidates. All right. So now let me explain you the course contents once. All right. Let me take you through the course contents once briefly. All right. So this is your manual plus automation course. All right. This is your manual plus automation course. The manual part, the manual course. Alex, as I've already said, your experience does not matter. I hope you are there at the beginning of the session. Okay. For those who are not present at the beginning of the session, your past experience, your career gap, your educational qualification, your age, whatever it is, it does not matter. All I want is basic math skills and a basic working computer on your side. That's more than enough. Even if you don't have a computer, a laptop or a desktop, that's all right. If you can manage things, that's completely fine. I don't have any problem. Having a laptop or a desktop is not mandatory to join this course. No. Don't misunderstand my comments, but having laptop or desktop is not a requirement here. It's not mandatory. If you have it, it's good. If you don't have it, that's fine. No problem. You still have labs for Naresh IT. You can go to the labs, Naresh IT lab. You'll have lab assistants. They'll help you out with all your queries during your execution, your practice there. All right. So your manual plus automation course is basically for 75 days, roughly 75 days, give or take 1 more week. I might complete 1 week before, 1 week after. Okay. Based on how fast you guys are understanding this. I'm not going to take it too fast or too slow. I'll maintain a medium pace. Right. All right. Manual testing alone takes roughly 3 to 4 weeks. So that's roughly 30 days. It will take 3 to 4 weeks. Okay. If we are good to complete it in 3 weeks, we'll complete it in 3 weeks. If we can complete it in 4 weeks, we'll take 4 weeks, no problem. But the max I can give you is 3 to 4 weeks for manual. So for manual, Syed, you can check it out with the admin team. You want to join only Selenium, you can check it out with the admin team, no problem. The admin team will help you with the rest of the details. So you will be provided with this notes, okay, this manual testing notes. This will cover all your basic testing related concepts, manual testing concepts, and your software development lifecycle, your software development lifecycle models, your agile methodology, your test lifecycle, your maintenance lifecycle, your bug lifecycle. If you're not aware of any of these terms, relax, don't worry. I will, however, explain everything from scratch, from zero. Even if majority of you know it, I will still be repeating all of these concepts again. You will still have to sit through the entire course, even if you know all of this. All right. So there is no skipping anything, any part. All of it will be covered from zero, imagining that you don't know anything. That's how the batch will be. That's how the course will move. That's how the contents will be explained. I will imagine that you don't know anything, you know nothing, you are a beginner, and that's how I'll explain concepts to you. Even your core Java also. So you'll be learning all of these theoretical concepts, the definitions and all. After that, you will learn how to write your own test cases. I'll be giving you a template. Okay. Next, we'll also learn about Jira. Jira is a bug tracking tool. That is a website on which you can raise your bugs. You can raise your Jira tickets. If you ever find any bug while you are testing your application, you can use Jira and raise it as a ticket. Why to use Jira? Because you cannot just simply call your developer on WhatsApp or on your normal call and tell him that you are getting a bug. No, that's not how it works. All your bugs have to be mentioned somewhere. Your bugs have to be noted down somewhere. So that is what is Jira. Your Jira will keep track of all of the bugs that have occurred in your project. So you learn about Jira. That is another separate tool. So you learn that tool as part of your manual testing. Okay. Next, you will learn about manual database testing, the basic SQL queries. Okay. You will learn manual database testing using MySQL, the basic SQL queries till joins. You will learn till join. So that will be also covered as part of this course. Okay. The software installation part and all of that stuff, I will let you know when the appropriate time comes. All right. Don't worry. Jira also, you will have to do it on your own machines. I can explain it in class. I will explain it in class, no problem. But you should do it along with me in the class, hands-on. Mind you, this is a hands-on session. It's not like I'm going to explain, I'm going to speak for the entire 1.5 hour and you guys are simply going to listen to my class. No, you guys also have to do it along with me in this session. So I want you guys also to have your laptops or desktops, whatever it is. All right. So Jira, you'll have to do it along with me in this session. Next, your MySQL, your database testing. This also you are supposed to do, you are required to do it along with me. All right. Next, your manual API testing using Postman. If you are aware of Postman and API testing, that's all right. If you're not aware, I will be covering the basic concepts of API testing so that you are interview ready. Okay. After this, I'll be sharing you the manual testing resume also. Manual testing interview questions does not mean that your interview questions will be coming from that one itself, but that's enough to cover around 80 to 90% of your course contents easily. Hold on a minute. Hold on, guys. I'll be on mute. Hold on. All right, cool. So we'll be learning your API testing, manual API testing, just enough to be able to attend your interviews. All right. This is not an API testing course, but still we will be covering the basics of API testing and database testing also. And I'll be giving you a manual resume, sample resume also, so that for those people who do not have any resumes for reference, you can use it as a reference point and develop and create your own resume. I'll also share some manual interview questions also, manual testing interview questions. The class will be from Monday to Saturday, 9 p.m. IST every day. And this is an only exclusively online class. Akansh, you can check it out with the admin team. Varsha, those will be provided once your automation is started. Not immediately after your manual. After your automation is started, I'll share it with you. I want you guys to stay for automation also. So, classes will be on Zoom only. Yes, classes will be on Zoom only. Yes, Kamath. Yes, Sanil. Yes, you're right. As I told you already, the recordings and all you will have to check with the admin team, because I don't record anything. I don't store the recordings also. It is all stored on cloud. So, Shubham, this is what is the syllabus is. This is what is the syllabus is. Maunika, there is an online session at 7:30 p.m. I take the online session at 7:30 p.m. also, but the batch is not yet completed for them. I might need another 2 weeks to complete that batch. Maybe by the end of this month, I may be starting a batch at 7:30 p.m. again, a fresh batch, if that's what you need. So this batch is for. Rukja bhai, rukja. Sun to le pele. Of course, every week you have Monday to Saturday sessions and 9 p.m. IST online. This is an exclusively online session only on Zoom. All right. So 9 p.m. IST. If you are from outside India, note this time and convert it to your local times, local time zones. 9 p.m. IST. Varsha, you will have to check it out with the admin team. Okay. I take offline sessions at 7:30 in the morning, 7:30 a.m. IST in Amirpet, the institute itself. But again, the offline morning batch is yet to finish. So I might need another 2 or 3 weeks to close that. By the end of this month, I'll be starting an offline batch even in morning session in offline also. All right. So if you want any other faculty will also be available. I'm not the only faculty in Naresh IT. There are many faculty available for you in testing. So at 9 p.m. IST online, I am the faculty available for you. So coming to your automation. After we are done with your manual course, we will be starting your automation. Automation we will be learning with Core Java. Okay. Automation we will be learning with Core Java. Core Java will be covered till your collections framework. That's more than enough. That's not even required till that part. It's not even required to cover in your automation in your Core Java, but we will be covering it to be on the safer side so that you guys have a competitive edge in the interview. Okay, the interviewer will be asking you all sorts of Java related, Core Java related questions. So that is why, to be on the safer side, I will be explaining you Core Java in depth. All right, around 35 to 40 programs, somewhere between 35 to 40 programs will be shared with you. The code will be shared with you via GitHub like this. I'm not going to share anything on WhatsApp, anything on Slack, anything on Google Classroom. Everything will be shared via GitHub only, so that I can take you as close as possible to a real-time project. This is how your real-time projects will be. So in order to take you as close as possible to a real-time project, I'll be real-time IT project. I'll be sharing your code via your GitHub only. Okay. So after your Core Java is done, while your Core Java is being explained, I will also obviously give you some tasks. All right. When your Core Java is being explained in the session, in the course, I will also be giving you some tasks. So you're also supposed to work on those tasks and submit me your code via GitHub, so that you will also know how to submit your code. in real time also, you should submit your code. In your actual corporate projects also, you're supposed to submit your code. So you will be used to all that stuff in this session. I'll be giving you some tasks. I'll help you out with submitting the code. So you can also submit your codes on GitHub. All right. So after your core Java is completed, I might need somewhere between 3 to 4 weeks to complete your core Java. After that, we will start our Selenium. Selenium is nothing but your browser-based automation tool. Whatever that you do with your browser, right from opening your browser, you open your browser, you go to a particular website, you type your login credentials, you click on your login button, or you go to Amazon.in, you search for a particular product, you will see for the price, you will add to cart, you will proceed with the payment, you will type something. All right. All of this thing can be automated. All of this can be automated. But let me remind you, there is a slight limitation for your manual as well as automation. In your manual, you can test anything and everything you want, but in your automation, as long as you can write your code, you can automate it. So you should be very thorough with your coding skills, which you need not worry. I'll take care of the coding part. I'll help you with the coding, not a problem. Manual, you can easily understand, that's not a problem. Coding is where the money is. Automation engineers get paid handsomely. There is a good decent amount of salary that is being paid to the automation engineers. The same amount might be paid between you and your manual tester, but the manual tester will be doing a lot more work than the automation engineer. If you handsomely paid, you'll be asked to work adequately. That's it. You'll not be overworking if you are in automation. Okay, you might find that work-life balance in your automation sometimes. In your manual, you may not find that work-life balance. All right. So your Selenium is your browser-based automation tool. Whatever that you do on your browser, you can automate it with the help of Selenium. Selenium is an open source tool. It is free. Anyone can download, anyone can use it. And Selenium is available in different programming languages: Python, Java, Ruby, PHP, C#, all the programming languages, major programming languages. But Selenium with Java has lots of openings. You can check on your Naukri, Monster, Indeed, Shine, LinkedIn, all of these portals. Right? You have majority of the openings for Selenium with Java only. 70 to 80% of the openings for automation, test automation are for Selenium with Java. So that is why we cover Java first and then Selenium. But again, Selenium with Java is just not enough sometimes. You might get a job. 8 out of 10 times you might get a job for Selenium with Java only. But sometimes if you want a high paying job, a very decent paying job, you might need a framework also. You might be thorough. You might have to be thorough with the framework also. So that is why we will be covering our TestNG framework also. TestNG is another framework which we will be covering as part of this course. This is some framework that I will cover as part of this course. So along with the TestNG, I will also cover Cucumber BDD framework also. I will also cover Cucumber BDD framework. I will be covering 2 frameworks for you. Okay. If you have the knowledge of these 2 tools, at least any one of these tools, that's more than enough to get a very decent job in the market. Okay. No, Santosh, that is not covered. Okay. Behavior driven development. BDD means behavior driven development. So you will be learning about TestNG as well as Cucumber. So to summarize your automation related course content, you will learn Java first, followed by Selenium, followed by your TestNG, followed by your Cucumber. And at the end, I will also be giving the sample piece project also. I'll also give you a sample practice project so that you can have an idea how a real-time corporate project also works. Okay. I'll be giving a sample project also so that you can also create your own test cases, automate your own stuff. And not just for Java, I'll even give you tasks for Selenium, TestNG, Cucumber also. All right. So this is what we'll be covering in automation. Additionally, we will also learn about Git, GitHub, and Maven. the basics of Git, GitHub and Maven. These also will be covered. No, Santosh. No, because I can't reveal those projects, right? See, if you want to put this project as experience and get a job, maybe you should concentrate more on your coding skills rather than your project. Trust me, in any of the interviews, the more details you give about your project, the more problematic it is going to be for you. You're going to say I've automated a e-commerce website. You will say something like this. So the interviewer will be asking you more and more questions, more and more coding questions. If you think you're thorough with your coding, you can put my sample project. It will have some 10 to 15 test cases. That's it. The rest of the test cases, it's up to you. You should start contributing to the project just like how you contribute in a real-time project. That's how it will be. All right. So if you want to include that in your resume, do it. No problem. But I'll be giving you all sorts of random test cases. The test cases will be very random. Alex, that's not a problem. Career gap is not a problem. If you perform well in your interview, your performance in the interview will be responsible for your salary. Okay. If you do not perform well, you might be getting slightly lesser salary even if you crack the interview. Sanil, do you really think for the course that it is, do you really think that will be covered? Do you really think so? Not sure if you are aware of testing anyways, but if you think that's what will be covered, I'm really sorry, my friend. You are completely out of sync. Really sorry. AWS, how can you think AWS will be covered in this course? I'm really sorry. AWS, how do you think AWS will be covered in this course? No, Sneha, you need not prepare anything. You need not prepare anything. You can join the course as and when you want. No problem. No preparation required to join my course. No knowledge of testing required to join my course. No knowledge of programming is required to join my course. Nothing is required. You can join immediately whenever you wish. Shubham, we will be using Java, Selenium, TestNG, Cucumber in the market. All of these are in demand in the market. You can just check it out in Naukri. If you feel that this information is not enough, you can check it out on Naukri also. All right. So I'll also help you out with the installation part, what all softwares that you need to download. All those details I'll be sharing with you at the appropriate time. When it is required, I'll be sharing all those details with you. Okay. So you can install it on your laptops. If you want to execute stuff, you can. You must and should have to install it on your laptop. So I'll help you out with the installation part, the tools that are required and all that stuff. All right. So Alex, that's not a problem. You can. Right. So this is what we will be covering. And this is the course content. And this is your another demo. Your past educational qualifications. Whenever you, I don't need your, you may be graduated in whichever year you want. You may be having your career gap. That's all right. These days, it's not even necessary. Nobody is even asking you what is your career gap and all that stuff, because if you are able to perform well in your interview, that's secondary. Your career gap is not primary. Your career gap is not really that serious. All right. So testing is an easy path for you. Some people might not be able to understand the entire development process in one shot. So if you want a slightly relatively a comfortable path, an easier path, you can start with your testing phase. And once you're comfortable with testing, after working for a few years in testing, you can slowly move on to automation. Gokul, the class has already started. I've already explained the basic concepts in testing also. Okay, so this is what we will be learning. We will be covering the topics at the appropriate time. Okay, I'll not be covering topics in advance. There is a pace. We will be moving only in that pace. Okay, I know when to install the tools. I'll tell you at the appropriate time. You can install it at that time only. Okay. So you need not hurry. You need not rush. The first 1 week, it's all right. You need not install anything. You need not download anything. You need not worry about anything. Gajendra, maybe you will, you can try for a job. That's not a problem. But with that amount of experience, with that much of experience, I believe maybe you should try for the other option you have mentioned there. Okay. Maybe you can show your experience as manual and then you can shift to automation. That should be a better option. Or manual plus automation. Anything should be fine. See, I mean, that's too much of experience. So maybe you can consider a mix of both manual plus automation. This course will cover easily 5 to 6 years of experience for sure. Easily, very easily. You can cover 5 years exclusive manual also, exclusive automation also can be covered. No problem. There is that level of depth in this course. If you also want to include manual, I would say 5 years of total manual plus automation experience. That should be fine. Rupali, why don't you just check it out on Naukri? Why don't you just check it out on Naukri? See, I might be telling whatever I want. It's up to you to decide, right? So I'm saying that, Java with Selenium has got lots of jobs. So if you can check it out on Naukri, you will also be confident, right? Instead of believing whatever I say, you can check it out on Naukri or your what you call that? Indeed, Shine, Monster, LinkedIn, all of these websites. You will get a clear understanding. Java with Selenium is the standout performer, the #1 skill set to get an automation job. Java, Selenium, and either a TestNG or Cucumber, any one of them. We are learning both of them here. So this is what these are the in-demand skills in the market. So up to you. You can check it out in the market. You can check it out on the internet if you feel like. You will have a clear idea about it. If you filter it on Naukri, majority of the jobs will be for Selenium with Java only. Majority of the jobs. And for those staying in Hyderabad, I am from Hyderabad, so the Naresh IT is also based out of Hyderabad, Telangana. So for those who are in Hyderabad, if you want a job in Hyderabad, in and around Hyderabad, Selenium with Java is the go-to option for you. You will easily get jobs in Hyderabad. Hyderabad has got many companies now. It's on par with Bangalore now, so you will get more jobs in Hyderabad itself. You need not even relocate to Bangalore also. Of course, you have enough jobs in Noida, Gurgaon, Bangalore, all that stuff, but this is related to the Hyderabadi people. The Hyderabadi people, you can blindly opt for Java Selenium. You will easily have many openings in Hyderabad itself. You need not even relocate to Bangalore or any other locations. Any other queries, guys? Any other queries that you're not clear, that you did not understand? Any other things that you have that you're not aware, that you're not understood? Neha, you can check that out. The certificates and that part, you can check it out with the admin team. Rajendra, you can check it out with the admin team. I'm not sure about that. As I said, I only look into the training part. Rahul, relax. When you join the course, you will get to know about it. Don't worry. Don't worry. How do you think I can explain you GitHub in 30 seconds or 1 minute? That's not possible, right? If you have any basic idea, I can take you through it, but cannot really explain GitHub to you just in 30 seconds or 1 minute. I will only be confusing you in that 30 seconds. So let's just take time. Let's not hurry up. I know that most of you are a little worried. What will be covered? What will be done? Will we be able to get a job? the most important thing that I would request from you guys is learn the skill set. You'll automatically get a job. Don't learn it for the sake of learning. Don't learn it for the sake of something else. Learn it, understand it, practice it. Only then you're job ready. Just learning the course, not the job ready. The course has already started. Manoj, if you think you can handle it, your wish. Check it out with the admin team. If you think you can join 2 batches and understand this parallelly, your wish. Your wish. Santoshini, I guess you were already present last Saturday. I'm not sure how the job market in London is. Not sure. I've never been outside India. Never been to London especially. But one thing I can tell you is, you know the course contents now, right? You know the course contents now. Just check if you have any relevant jobs based on this course content in your city, in UK. Now that you know the course contents, you can check it out in your local in your local area. You have core Java, you have Selenium, you have TestNG, you have Cucumber. These are the automation skills that you are going to learn. If you think you are going to, if you think you need it, I mean, if you think you can get a job, just check it out on Naukri. I mean, might be having something like Indeed, right? Or some other job portals in UK. You can check it out there. You'll get a clear understanding. Yeah, Shubham, that should not be a problem. Naresh Shetty branch in Chennai. I'm not sure. I don't think we have anything in Chennai, but check it out with the admin team. Maybe we do not have anything in Chennai, but again, it's better you check it out with the admin team. I don't think we have any branches in Chennai. Kalim, today is not the session, Kalim. Today is not the session. Today is not the session. Let's not confuse people with all that Java related stuff now. You have enough time. You have enough time. You will learn it at the appropriate time. Don't speed up. Don't skip your sessions. Don't directly jump to something else. There is a sequence. There is a process. Follow the process. Don't directly jump from one thing to another thing before completing it. So let's not worry about Java now. Okay. Gajendra, we have already started this session. Already explained you the basics of testing, basics of automation and manual testing. So the course has already started. All right. Do you guys have anything else or are we good to close? Do you guys have anything else? All right, folks. Stopping the recording here. We can join this.